Are we live? Yes. Cool. Sound check. Got my green bars. That means y'all can hear me. Make sure this is off. Get that off. Anyway, how is everybody? Hello, Kenneth Thomas and Naomi Kaiser and Jamie Floyd as a member. I don't promote my members enough as well. Becca's already here. Awesome. Thank you so much, Becca. You're probably gonna get a lot of people talking trash. And just so you and Miss Mary know, if they're talking trash about me personally, just let it slide, unless it's like repetitive and annoying and just whomping willow their asses. But if it's just people asking questions, even if they're derogatory questions about me personally, I may not get to it, but I'll try my best. So any of the crazy talking, as long as it's directed towards me and me alone, and not any of my family members or my extended family members of my family members, or my friends, or even my whomping willows, which I double dare anybody to talk trash about Miss Mary or Becca, or even Dwayne if he's in here. Yeah, y'all listen to Miss Becca. She's going to help. All right, we got our first one. TRXT, bro, STFU. Oh, you're so original. This is called the secret transcript for a reason. And I know what I'm about to talk about is a gigantic YouTube no-no. You're not supposed to talk about your haters. You're not supposed to address your haters. But y'all know me well enough. I don't really follow all the rotten rules necessarily. Okay, that's already annoying. I thought I turned all those off. So before I get into the haters themselves, relatively speaking, if you've watched this channel and you still like what I do, most of the people here generally, or at the very least, okay with what I've done. This is my job. I educate. I educate people on how to deal with the family court, the rotten, crooked family court system. I get a lot of crap from people telling me, well, you shouldn't make money off that. And I'm like, huh? What kind of commies are y'all? What is wrong with educating people? It's like getting on to diet people for making a living, telling people, instructing people how to lose loads and loads of weight or how to lean down. Speaking of lean, here about the last month, I've been on this nice new regimen. I'm extremely sore all through here. I've changed my diet up. My exercise has gone through the roof, and I'm feeling really, really, really good. And for the shallow haters, I even showered today and my shirt's clean. It's like brand new. Actually, it's about 9 years old, but I've never worn it before. This Liberty Fest West was an event that my buddy Ben and I put on in Odessa, Texas on February 11th, I think, 2012, and had a bunch of leftover shirts. Even got a bunch of them signed. They're right over there. Oh, there they come. Not even going to go there. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to address some haters. And again, for the most part, people who are here, people who watch, I would say on average, 90% of the people are at bare minimum, yeah, cool with what he did, at bare minimum. 10% don't just not like me. They hate me, and that's okay. That 10%, most of the people that hate me, I assume it's because most of the people only watched just the Parker movie. And it's got like a 97% thumbs up and 3% thumbs down. Other videos I've put out, a little more controversial. I give my political opinions on some things, my religious opinions on some things, and I tend to get a lot more thumbs down. So just for a real nice, easy average to do mild, easy calculations, let's say 90% at least put up with me, if not love me, and 10% not just don't like me, they despise me. Well, if you look at the number of views on the Parker video, Last time I checked, it's about 27 million. And I realized that a lot of people, only because people tell me, they've watched it numerous times. It does not have 27 unique views from unique people. Let's round that down to 10 million. And to be really conservative, just round that down to just 1 million. 1 million unique people have seen it. And let's say 90% thumbs upped it, 10% thumbs downed it. That 10% is still 100,000. That's a lot of people, to me anyways. 100,000 people hate my ever-loving guts. These advocates, they call themselves, some of them. I'll get to that in a minute. These advocates, these haters, are very, very loud. And yes, I do read a lot of your comments. I read some of the good ones, and I respond to as many as I can. Even if I necessarily agree with you on certain pro Caleb's kids comments, depending on what you're talking about, I, for obvious reasons, am not going to chime in. You have every right to your opinion, whatever that may be, but I'm not going to chime in on certain things. But here lately, I've had some these haters, they're real loud, like really, really loud. And to get to what I'm talking about, the title of this, The Secret Transcript. One of the biggest hate, other than generally, screw you, Caleb, comments I get is, Caleb Leverett, you're such a liar. I've done my research and I've found the super secret golden nugget. I've found the transcript. I've studied the transcript and I've read everything, and you're a liar. And the fact that you won't address every single question that I have of every single line of quotes by you yourself means that you are a liar. I just can't help. It's funny to me that over and over, I mean, that transcript has been public for 7 years now? At least 6. It wasn't public immediately when the Parker movie came out, but within a year at least. But here's the little secret. You little haters who think you found some golden nugget that you're going to take me down like the secret bombshell of the transcript. I've been into court so many times I've lost count. There's lots of transcripts of any time I've been into court. However, there's only one, to the best of my knowledge, and I'm pretty sure it's the only one, was the one where Parker was taken from me. And here's the juicy part. I published it. Not me personally, not my website. I went to the county courthouse. I paid it was like $800 or $1,000, maybe $1,200. It's a lot of money for one silly transcript. And at the time, I did not have a website that I could publish PDFs from which I could publish PDFs for you grammar Nazis, fellow grammar Nazis. Actually, I still don't, but that's neither here nor there. I also had a former friend named Christopher Cantwell. And Christopher Cantwell and I used to be friends. Because back in the day, Christopher Cantwell, though he was nuts, crazy, funny, he was a stand-up comic. He's not at the moment because he's in jail. But at one time, Christopher Cantwell, though he was nuts, he was not a full-blown neo-Nazi racist. And now he's made it incredibly obvious he is exactly that, and therefore I terminated our friendship. We were never close. We weren't just best pals. I met him in New York City a couple, 3 times. We had each other's phone numbers. We were Facebook friends. We tagged each other and shit and talked back and forth and had pretty even rigorous debates at that. But then he showed his true colors. And for those of you who do not know who Christopher Cantwell is, if you remember about 3 years ago, y'all remember the Charlotte protests? Maybe they were riots. I think they were mostly called protests. They're all carrying those racist dudes were all carrying the tiki torches. Well, Cantwell was one of the leaders, and he was on Vice. Vice News did an entire HBO special about him, and he was just eating it up because he loved the fame, I guess. I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but anyway, long story short, he did some bad stuff that I'm not even going to go into. He got arrested, and he's been in jail ever since. I think he had a hearing like a week or two ago. But anyway, the point is, I called Chris up and said, again, back then, he hadn't shown his true colors. Any of our mutual friends we've all talked about it, like, what the hell? Where did this come from? Yeah, he's crazy, but where's this Nazi racist crap coming from? We didn't know. But he had ChristopherCantwell.com. Coincidentally, that is where these trolls of mine have found this super secret transcript of mine that's got all this bad, nasty dirt of all the dastardly things that I was said on the stand. And they honestly think that they act like they found this gem, that they're just going to take me down like I'm lying. First of all, I'm not lying. There are things that I will not talk about. I've made that abundantly clear, particularly in the last couple of months doing all these lives. There are things I will not talk about. You can ask until you're blue in the face. The fact that I don't answer it does not mean I'm lying. The fact that I don't answer it simply means I've got reasons, and it probably includes my kids, half of which are still minors. So A, I'm not stupid, and B, I'm not lame enough to answer your ridiculous questions one by one. I'm not going to. I never will. If in the future my kids ever want to talk about it on this platform or a platform of their own choosing, by all means, they can talk about all they want. So anyway, I called Chris up, said, hey, man, he saw the video. He saw Parker get ripped. He was brought to tears. He said, yeah, anything, what? I said, I've got this transcript that I got, and it's a PDF. I think it's a PDF. I mean, I had the physical. I don't even remember how I got it to him. Maybe I made copies of it. I don't even remember. But the original transcript, last time I checked, which was about 3 hours ago, I couldn't find it anywhere but Christopher Cantwell. That's not saying that others haven't pulled it from his website and put it on their own website, or I'm sure they have. But this notion that these haters think that they're actually going to railroad me, thinking they're going to bring me down because they have the transcript, quote, the transcript, is absolutely absurd. Chills Vibing, 99-cent super chat. Thank you so much. It's absolutely absurd to think you're going to take me down because I'm the one that deliberately paid for it. I'm the one that deliberately had it uploaded because I've got reasons I wanted that information out there. All of it. I'm starting to say not, but even the stuff that quote unquote makes me look bad. It's kind of like, the Parker movie that is 100% completely unedited, where some of the things in there make me appear to be a bad guy. One comment in particular, and I have to be careful how I say this, but there's this rumor going around about me, and has for 7 years, that I only saw my kids 48 days out of the year. And that is complete horseshit. When I first got divorced in 2007, in Texas, we've got what's called the standard possession order. And I got the standard possession order when our divorce was finalized in October, whatever, of 2007. I also paid the absolute maximum at the time in 2007 for 4 kids, which was $2,625 a month. I also agreed to pay $2,000 a month in alimony for 12 years, which started out, the initial offer was like $15,000 for 40 years. That seemed fair to the opposition. Didn't seem fair to me at all. I didn't want to pay alimony, but when you've got a metaphorical gun pointed to your head, you're going to agree. And so I agreed to alimony. I agreed to the maximum child support. But as all things with the oil field the way it is, it's got its ups and its downs. It's got its booms and it's got its busts. And anybody in the oil field knows exactly what I'm talking about. I lived through about 5 booms and 5 busts, some more severe than others, some less severe. Shortly after I got divorced, legally divorced, closed, end of story, I started picking up my kids. And the standard possession order says that me, the visitor, God, I hate that term. I'm the visitor. I get the first, third, and fifth weekends. I also get every single Thursday. I pick them up from school every Thursday. They spent the night with me, and I took them to school every single Friday. Obviously, if there's holidays or summer, that's not what I'm talking about. The average month, I picked them up every single Thursday from school, and I took them to school the next day every single Friday. So if you add up every single Thursday in a given year, there's 52 weeks in a year, there's 52 Thursdays. Check. Okay, there's also, coincidentally, 52 Fridays. Double that. So that's 104. Right off the bat, I'm up to 104 days. That's not including the Saturday and the Sunday. And until I got sued again, I don't know, a year or two later, something like that. I've lost track of time. I kept them all the way through my weekends, and I would take them to school on Mondays. So I made a little calendar, I made a little dot, but I wasn't able to upload it. My computer's messed up. It wouldn't upload the picture. But anyways, I put a little dot on just a generic month with 5 Fridays in it. People in the family court know what I'm talking about. In a given calendar year, there are 4 months with 5 Fridays, and there are 8 months that have only 4 Fridays, because there's 28 days in some months and 31 in others. So anyways, if you put a little red dot by all the Thursdays and put another little red dot next to all the Fridays on my Fridays, I saw them, those Fridays, and you put a little red dot on first, third, fifth Saturdays, first, third, and fifth Sundays, first, third, and fifth Mondays, it comes up to 15 dots. So with just really rough math, that's 15 days out of a roughly 15 or 30-day month. So if my calculations are correct, 365, let's just call it 360, that's 180. So I agreed, and took my 180 days. Yes, there was originally a month-long visitation for summer, and there's alternating holidays and all that crap. I don't even remember what it all was. But the point is, this myth that I agreed to only saw my kids 48 days out of the year is pure horseshit. Yes, I did get sued shortly thereafter. And my new wife at the time got sued shortly thereafter. And both of her parents got sued shortly thereafter. And coincidentally, a bust hit shortly thereafter. And I couldn't pay. Let's see, what do you get when you add $2,625 in child support plus $2,000? Oh, yes, $4,625 a month. Plus I made the Suburban payment. Crazy stuff like that. Those Suburbans with 5 TVs. Yeah, I had to make that payment for a while until I went broke. And I've said this many times. Life moves really, really fast. Sometimes oil field busts taper off over weeks or months, and sometimes they go the next day. Well, 2009 was a really crappy year, and I went broke. And I got sued again, so I went even more broke. But you know what never happens really, really fast? What never, ever happens really quickly? Going to family court to get modifications done. Presenting all the evidence, proof of income, blah, 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 bank statements. Here, Your Honor, here's what I used to make. Here's what I make now. And they get their The lawyers get their glasses out and they just go through bean count, and they just give you a fucking rectal exam, just every little thing about you. Well, this penny here goes there, and this penny here goes there, and well, your calculations are off. I think you need just a little bit. I mean, all the while they're raping you for 100, 150, 250 bucks an hour, whatever it is. But that never happens overnight. And so I, like millions of Texans, much less Americans, much less hundreds of millions of people worldwide, I fell behind. Yeah. In the meantime, I still had to pick up my kids. So once I got sued and I had to get my child support lowered and I had to get rid of my alimony, the only bargaining thing that I've got is time with my kids. So judge me all you want. I couldn't pay it. I didn't have the means to pay $4,600, just call it $5,000 a month extra. I didn't have it. So the haters that just constantly tell me, you should have paid your child support. Well, I did. For the longest time, I did. I got sued again. And then I got sued again. And then 2013 comes up. Parker comes of age, 14 years old. Y'all obviously know what happened there. And if you'll notice, in Parker versus the Man, at the very end, I made a montage. And most of the pictures are just me and the kids in lots of different scenarios, lots of different places, having fun, doing what we do. We went to all these different state parks because I lived in a motorhome or a camper at the time. It kind of depended on which year it was. All the places we went, took the kids to South Park, Colorado, literally took them to Casa Bonita. They got to go see the little jail thing where Cartman, if you ever saw the South Park, the episode called Casa Bonita, that's exactly why I took them there. Anyway, at the end of Parker versus the Man, there's a montage of all these places we went. And it was set to a song called The Message of Freedom by my friend, Jordan Page. His contact info is somewhere in the description of Parker vs. the Man if you'd like to download his music. Anyway, there's one picture in there that is a picture that is dated, I don't remember the exact date, whatever, see, that was what, May of 2013? Basically, it was a picture of a piece of mail that I got from the Texas Attorney General, who back then was Greg Abbott. And at the bottom, it had my name on it, the cause number and everything. At the very bottom, it said, with the date, the exact date that I got Parker, said zero balance. So when that happened, as of that day, when Parker refused to get on my truck, I had a zero balance, meaning I was current. I didn't owe anymore. I wasn't behind at the time. That changed. You know, it's funny how you get sued over and over, and then you go to jail for 60 days, and you're self-employed, and you're dependent solely on yourself for income. At the time, I was a field service mechanic, a Caterpillar diesel engine field service mechanic, to be a little more specific. I've logged about 5,000 to 6,000 jobs in my career that spanned from 1995 when I graduated from Permian High School to 2020. So about 25 years, between 5,000 and 6,000 field jobs. And I totally lost my train of thought. Where's I going with that, y'all? Whew, I need to take a breather. Wish I had some water, but I forgot to get it. I don't want to be rude. So anyways, eventually, I fell behind. But at the time, you know, another rumor about me, why don't you just pay your child support? He doesn't pay his child support. Oh, he's a bad guy. People are like pre-programmed. If a man or a mother, but generally if a man is behind on child support, he's a deadbeat dad. That rumor got started. And like I said, if you just watch Parker vs. the Man, you'll see the date. You'll see it's from the Attorney General of Texas at the time, not the douchebag Ken Paxton, but it was Greg Abbott, who's currently the governor of Texas. It shows I had a zero balance at the time. So that's where I'm at. And Joshua Walker says child support is extortion. It is. Because as I've clearly demonstrated in the beginning, I had my kids roughly half the year, or at least half the days. Yeah, when I took them to school, dropped them off at 7:30 that morning, I didn't see them again. But that counts as a day, does it not? It's like, did you talk to your friend on the phone yesterday? Yes, I did. Did you talk to your friend on the phone the day before yesterday? Yes, I did. How long did y'all talk? Oh, about 5 minutes. So you talked to your friend on the phone for like 2 days in a row. Why, yes, I did. Okay, it's the same thing. Yes, they weren't in my actual physically around me on those Mondays, but I saw them. I woke them up from their little dreams. I got their little teeth brushed. I got their clothes done. I helped them get their homework done. I drove them to their, back then, when I actually had some money, I drove them to their private school. Yes, when I got divorced, my kids were enrolled in a private school in Midland, Texas. I lived in Odessa, but it was just over the Midland County line, so it was about a 20-minute drive to take my kids to school, which I did. I also paid for the private school. I don't even remember the name of the school now that I think about it, because it's on the far, far east side of Midland. So yeah, this whole notion that these people, these haters, think that they're going to bust me by finding a transcript, one single transcript that is going to just make me out to be a liar, you're full of crap. All of you are completely 100% full of shit, because I deliberately published, or I had it published on my behalf by a former friend of mine. So the next thing is, okay, oh man, y'all arguing with Becca. That's not a really good idea. You will lose. She is a Whomping Willow. That little tool thing next to her name means she will smash you if you get too far out of line and completely rude. American HQ, hello. Norwegian Hanks. Oh man, it went by. Our September and October are suicide awareness months. Stay well, my friend. Okay, I will. Oh, that's Norma Jean Hanks. I remember. Yes, I remember Norma Jean. She wants to have a beer with me. So, anyways, where's that? Oh, I hate it when I do that. That's why I try not to get too far over in the comments in the middle talking about something, because I lose my train of thought. Oh yeah, transcript. That's just one of the however many times I got sued and dragged back into family court. I would say it's at least half a dozen. But there's one transcript that is not published yet. And it's going to be published soon. And that transcript was from July 21st, 2017 in the 446th District Court in Ector County, Texas, in Judge Sarah Kate Billingsley's court, when yours truly was awarded by the truly honorable Judge Sarah Kate Billingsley. I was awarded primary custody of my then 14-year-old son, Blaine, who has remained in my primary custody ever since. I published, or I did a live, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, called I'm $50,000 in debt, or $50,000 in debt in back child support. That's what I owe. That's what the douchebag Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton, says I owe. So we had agreement orders that we agreed into in October after I got Blaine, and said we agreed no more back child support, no more current child support. Half the kids are emancipated. I've got Blaine. London's over there. It's a wash. We're just calling it good. And the deadbeat Attorney General Ken Paxton will not update my status. And I've been watching some of the comments there because I try to read as many comments as I can. Some of the comments there are simply, why aren't you paying your child support? And then they go into this pre-programmed list. It's like they've got an SD card slid into their head list of the cost of children when you only see them a day or two a week is more than, and you've got to pay child support, because if you're not paying child support, then you're a bad dad. And it's hard on single moms, and this pre-programmed bullshit that just spews out of these idiots' mouths. It's mind-boggling. Because supporting children is not dollar bills. Yes, it costs money, but child support is the act and the means of raising children. This idea of paying child support, meaning child support is merely a monetary value, is pure horse shit. Like somebody said, yeah, thank you, Becca. Like somebody said a minute ago, it's extortion. It is extortion. I had my kids roughly half the time in the beginning. Yet, I had to pay $2,625 a month in child support, even when they weren't with me. Nobody paid me child support. And you start asking those questions to these brain-dead fucking zombies. Well, what do you mean nobody pay? You don't have custody. Well, yeah, I do. I'm a custodial parent. I pick them up I have contact with them and feed them and nurture them and read to them and teach them things and do homework with them, etc., etc. All the things that come along with raising 4 little rugrats. No one paid me child support. And that's exactly why I'm sorry, I forgot who said that, but that is exactly why people say child support, as most zombies view it, is extortion. Because if I've got my kids half the time, I'm paying half of all their expenses, or all of their expenses when they're with me, half of their lives. That is called child support. I showed up to school to pick them up on Thursdays. I took them home. I took care of them. I fed them. I clothed them. I educated them. I laughed with them. I talked to them about their feelings, about what might be bothering them, things they found funny. I did that for years, my entire divorced adult life. That's just what I did. I took care of my kids. I supported my kids, AKA that's also known as child support. So anyway, to the zombies who say that I'm just a deadbeat dad because they heard this ridiculous rumor that I only see my kids 48 days out of the year, is a load of rubbish. I love that word, rubbish. My English friends say that a lot. Oh, it's just rubbish. Americans hardly ever say it, except for me because I'm a weirdo. So yeah, the next transcript to come out is going to be the one when I got primary custody of Blaine. That doesn't mean I had Blaine all to myself and full custody all to myself, 360. That's not what that means. It means I had primary custody. I was actually awarded child support. Didn't ask for it. Didn't want it, but I was awarded it. So in mediation thereafter, I used that as bargaining. Because that's what you do. Because when you get in there, you agree. Even when the tide sways the other way, and it's not what one party wants, and it's more of what the other party wants, you agreed. So Judge Billingsley she made some kind of comment where our temporary hearing, when I got custody of Blaine, it was a temporary hearing to see where the children were going to stay until a full hearing could be heard. And she made some kind of comment, something to the effect of, this is absolutely, by far the longest she had ever stayed in court for any reason, much less a temporary hearing to find out where kids are going to stay. To put it to it this way, I don't remember what time it started, but it was around lunchtime-ish, something like that. Maybe it was an hour or two before, maybe it was an hour or two later. I really don't remember. But on July 21st is pretty much the longest day of the year. It was completely pitch black when we got out of court. Now, I better not talk about that. Again, there are obviously certain things that I can't say, will not say, for good reasons. So anyway, that's pretty much addressing my trolls and my haters, trying to smother y'all with absolutely as much love as I can. Even though I do call you idiots, because you are. Maybe that's the Dr. House coming out in me. I've been watching a lot of House here lately, and oh my gosh, I finally finished season 8, the final. Oh, it's wonderful. I loved it. We got any House fans in the audience today? I swear I turned those notifications off. I don't know why. Most of them that keep buzzing or coming up, they're not buzzing for y'all, but some of these keep going. And thank you again for the super chat. Yes, this is what I do for a living. I educate people on how to deal with the family court system, particularly when children get more closer of age. So yeah, this is what I do for a living. I do appreciate the super chats. I do appreciate memberships. Like $5 monthly, you can become a monthly member. I don't do a full-blown crazy-ass production like so many other YouTubers do. I was wanting to get there, but the closer I got to actually becoming to get there, the less I really wanted to do it that way. But yeah, this is what I do. I am self-employed. I am an expert in my field. I'm only an expert at 2 things: being a Caterpillar diesel engine field service mechanic and my method of surviving the family court. And my prayer is that more and more people, and it's already happening, it's happened for years, start mimicking what my kids and me did in my activism of holding a phone in the faces of assholes that are trying to mess with my kids. And if you've ever watched your own child get arrested for merely wanting to cry out to he wants to live with mom or wants to live with dad, you just don't know what it's like. And until you've walked a mile in my king-size shoes, you haters, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to everyone else. I'm talking to my haters, to the haters who have walked them. Until you've walked a mile in my king-sized family court shoes, you don't know what you're talking about. And if you're one of those people that say, I should just man up and go back to court, that is entirely the problem. I, over the years, 13 now, since 2007 I got divorced, found a problem in the family court. And it's visitation. It's where the kids are going to live. It's getting these crooked family courts, the family court being the weapon. Like I've said in the past, children are not weapons. Children are bait. They're pawns. They're used by courts and they're used by parents via the court. The family court is the weapon. If you know how to play the system, then you're going to get your way. If you know how the good old boy network works, you're going to get your way. Because yes, believe it or not all judges are good. Like Hagrid said in Harry Potter, just remember, Harry, not all wizards are good. A few years ago, one went as bad as you could get, talking about Voldemort. A lot of judges are Voldemort, and they treat the people in their court like subjects, like peons, like pissants, with zero respect. Not all judges are that way. Obviously, Judge Sarah Kate Billingsley's not that way. I've said this 1,000 times. I wished more and more family court judges would do like the rest of us have to do when we go get divorced. We have to go to parenting class. I think that, like what do they call it? Continuing education, parenting class. I think judges need to go to judge class, and judges need to go watch Sarah Kate Billingsley, how she conducts court. What do y'all think? Send more judges to judge class? Yes, I'm obviously being sarcastic. Actually, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being a smartass. Robert Gene Hanks, right? Caleb, like gestures. Gestures? I'm not sure what that is. What crap specifically? I hope it works out. Maybe you're all having a conversation that I'm not privy to. Lee D says she loves House. I've made up my mind. That is now my absolute favorite TV show of all time. Harry Potter is still my favorite movie / movie series of all time, but House MD is my #1 favorite all-time TV show. I support your opinion. Loved House. The Trolls won't play. Dang. Oh, that's bigger. Not to get into it, but I'm Republican, and I'm really looking forward to November 3rd election. Well, I used to be a Republican too. Coincidentally, Ken Paxton's a Republican, and I don't like that douchebag. And like I've said many times, I've got Republican friends. If I'm not mistaken, no, I won't say that. I know that some dear friends of mine are Republican. I'll just leave it at that. And they supported me in the past. They support me now. And the Texas Republicans are the ones I'm particularly reaching out to in particular. I'm kind of looking forward to November 3rd, but I'm also looking forward to 2022 when they have the election for the governor and the attorney general, because that's when Ken Paxton's up for re-election. And I've asked this before, and I'll just go ahead and ask again, since I've got a few of you watching still. If you are a Republican in Texas and you're a voter and you generally vote straight ticket, go vote straight ticket your little hearts out. All you want to. Just do okay with a solid. And when it gets down to that line item where it says Attorney General of Texas, who do you want? If all you can do is simply not vote, that's better than a vote. But if you can hold your breath and go and vote for the Democrat, just don't even mess with the if you're going to throw, quote unquote, throw away a vote, don't even give it to the Libertarian. Yes, I'm a Libertarian. My Libertarian friends aren't going to like me saying this, but I really don't care because that's just tough. Vote for the Democrat on that one line item only, because not only does it take away one from the douchebag Attorney General Ken Paxton, but it gives one to the other guy. The last time it was a guy named Justin Nelson. And again, I don't know Justin. I've never met the man. He was the Democrat nominee, and Ken Paxton only lost by 2%. So all I got to do is peel off 2% more, and he loses. So if you would, do okay with the solid and vote straight ticket all you want to. I really don't care. I don't give a crap what the outcome of elections in general are. But on that particular one in 2022, all I want to do is see Ken Paxton fired because this is personal and I'm childish. Becca says she's still voting for Dobby for president. Me too. I would be happy to answer this, General Von Kluck Sergeant. Caleb, what do you think about socialism? It sucks. And to use a really dark joke that I'm probably going to butcher is socialism, or food in America is like socialism. It's, how's it go? Not everybody gets it. Socialism, we live in a socialist country. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, socialized medicine, believe it or not. Yes, I know you have private insurance, but it's regulated by Congress. It's regulated by the CDC. It's regulated by all the different regulatories. I don't claim to be an expert. Socialized police, socialized schools. Like it or not, this is at the very least a quasi-socialist country. And I'm not under the belief that one president or the other is at fault. I think they're all at fault. Don't even get me started. That's why I really generally don't like talking politics. Let's see. General von Kluck Sargent, I'm a socialist. I'm sorry. Socialism sucks and it doesn't work. Dobby is from Harry Potter. Yes. Let's not do politics here. Agreed. I took the quiz and I'm in the Ravenclaw house. You're a Ravenclaw. Well, some people say I'm in Ravenclaw. Was it Ravenclaw? No, it's been so long since I took it, I don't remember. But I think I'm in no, it was Hufflepuff is what they put me in, but I don't think that's right. I'm definitely, to me, in Gryffindor. Becca is a Ravenclaw. Gene Hanks. Keep on keeping on to RR. Oh, yeah, totally. No form. There's no government like no government. Ugh, I love puns. Anyway, kids, we're at 45 minutes. I've pretty much got everything off my chest that I want to get off, unless y'all got anything you'd like to talk about in particular. White Cunard Starline. I hate the new Hello Kitty Playland rules that YouTube has. I will file a lawsuit against the FTC in 2021. All right, cool. I'm glad. I hope you know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Richie Miller, good morning. Caleb, be strong. Good morning. You must be in Europe somewhere. Chelsea's theater journey. Oh, there's Chelsea. Okay, thank you for your advice in your last live. Well, you're more than welcome. I hope that helped. I remember talking about that. Yeah, those Biden commercials. But to me, they're all. If y'all want to watch a really good political Reason magazine put out the funniest political ad I've seen in a long time. I won't even go into it. Just look up Reason magazine. They put it out about 2 or 3 days ago. It's hilarious. Okay, White Cunard. I'm from Tennessee. Nice. Had an event happen here recently in Tennessee. There was this young girl back in 2011, or maybe earlier. Anyway, she was murdered. And I happen to know somebody who was, maybe like twice removed from it, yet still involved in it. And yours truly got dragged into it. My name was dragged into I think your name was Haley Dunn. Yeah, the Haley Dunn murder. My name. I got dragged into that subject. I have no idea why or how. Actually, I do. I know how it did, but it's completely irrelevant. And that's how I got my bank account seized by the feds for the very first time. Yeah, oh dang's right. It sucked. That was the first time I had my bank account seized by the feds. That's not fun. They took a lot. I had a lot of. To me, that was a lot of money back then, and it's still a lot of money. Then fast forward to 2017, the deadbeat douchebag Attorney General of Texas, he seized my bank account. So that makes twice I've had my bank account seized by these really safe banks. Banks aren't safe. They can be robbed just by that easy. They're not safe. Let's see. Mike Henson, ISK. What the? 1,000? You can be proud of yourself, man, for how you've handled the matters of your kids, man. Respect, brother, and happy days. Holy shnikes. 1,000 what? ISK? I don't know what that is, Michael Kreenson, but thank you. Wow. I'm blown away. Thanks. That's very appreciative. Is that $1,000, dude? I sincerely hope that you are financially really well off, and that's just really a rounding error. If that is in fact $1,000, wow! I I really hope that you're just one of those really rich people that enjoys helping people. Because thank you. That kind of like took my breath away. I've never seen that in my entire life. 737 in the US. Yeah, well, 750 here, but yeah. That's what Richie Miller. I don't know. ISK. I don't know what that is. Usually, if it was a dollar, it'd be a dollar sign, but I don't know. Maybe Michael can help us out here. Maybe that's his local currency if he's from another country. Forgive my ignorance. I don't know. Oh, Gene Hanks, Caleb, just having a cold one for you. Catch you later, sugar. Stay fresh and sweet. Well, I hope it's, for me, it's just going to have to be a cold tea. But thank you. But if you want to have a good beer, Icelandic currency. Cool. I had no idea people from Iceland were. That is freaking awesome. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about politics, but a few years ago, there was a viral video about the people of Iceland. They got really sick of this one politician in particular, and they literally drug the dude out of his office and carried him, like mosh pitted him, carried him up, and like ripped his shirt off, and they threw him in the dumpster. I was like, yes. And if I'm not mistaken, Michael from Iceland, didn't y'all hang a bunch of bankers that were like screwing the people? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I remember that story. Okay, we got a $5. There's another one of those. What is that? I know it's not pound. I think we went over this last time. Is that euro? Hope you're doing it from Phil's Mar. Hope you're doing great and be strong. And good night from Belgium. Belgium. That's got to be. That's got to be a euro. Well, Phil's Mar. Thank you very much. It is. I know it's bound to be 1 or 2 a.m. from where you're at. Kaylee Colazzo, I'm sick, but you make me feel better. Oh, no, Kaylin. Kaylin Colazzo, I'm sick, but you make me feel better. Well, I hope I did. And you're welcome. Oh my God, I'm a big fan. Jay Kirchhoffer. Well, Jay, thank you very much. Okay, General Von Kluck, Sergeant Euro. Arrow, I think you meant Euro. UK symbol, you got 50 pounds. Yes, Kimberly Fritz. I am familiar with the UK symbol just because my estranged quasi whatever we are, girlfriend, not girlfriend, best friend, Charday lives there in England, and I'm way familiar with the pound sign for the British currency. Kimberly Fritz, can I get a shout out, please? Yes. RR, all I can do is send love, man. Well, thank you, RR. Every time I see your name, RR, I think of George R.R. Martin. I know I'm weird. I don't know why, but Connie. Oh, I'm going to mess that up. Connie, I'm so sorry. Connie Thoreau. Notorious Dad, you rock. I probably butchered that, and I'm sorry. Sorry Games, you're such a great dad. I wish my parents would fight for me like that. They just take her if you want. They just take her if you want her. I don't care. Oh, that really breaks my heart to see that. Star Games, that genuinely breaks my heart. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. I don't know if it'll help, but a lot of kids in the past have told me that they send whatever videos of mine that they enjoyed watching, and they send them to their parents, and they watch them with their parents. Maybe that could help you. I'm not sure. Remember Gene Hanks? My lady, have a good evening. Notorious Dad, rock on. Talk to you soon. You're the GOAT. Wish my parents were like you. LS Zypho. I have a confession. it wasn't until this year that I understood what the GOAT meant. Greatest of all time. But I had to text my buddy Ben. I couldn't even find it online. I said, dude, what is the GOAT? Why do people call me the GOAT or call some people the GOAT? That's what it was. Well, thank you. That is very flattering. I don't think I am, but thank you very much. Kimberly Fritz, my God, thank you. All right, kids. Well, I guess I've answered everybody's chat for the super chats. See if I get to them all. Philsmar, €5. And Michael Hrenson, 1,000 Icelandic dollars. That is awesome. I don't know what that translates to. I don't know if it's a buck or maybe it's a million. Maybe I'm suddenly a millionaire. And that translates to $1 million. And Michael Hrenson is this benevolent guy that's just a billionaire, and he just may be a millionaire. I don't know. But Michael, thank you very much. I know there's a couple more in here. I'm going to scroll down for a minute, see if I can find them because I don't want to leave Buddy out. I didn't quite understand what super chats are all about when I first started doing this, but now I get it. It makes it really easy to see. Oh no, there's another one. Uh-oh. Cancel. Almost hung up on y'all. Let's scroll down to the bottom. Well, I don't know what happened to it. Michael Craig, look what I said. Remember 7 years ago when your DX tried to get your son how mean? Okay, dude, I'm not talking about that. Sorry, just not talking about that. GOAT, greatest of all time. It's an acronym. I know what it was. People kept calling Tyson, man, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. And I love Mike Tyson. He's my favorite of all time athlete. And that's what it was. I asked my buddy Ben, I said, what the hell? Why do you call him Tyson a GOAT? What is it? Did he do something with a GOAT? They said, no, that's the greatest of all time. Yes, Courtney Chilcote. Chilcote? Did I say that right? And Cassius Clay. Yes. All right, kids, we're approaching. You know what? For some reason, the algorithms just seem to like at least a full hour. I've got another 2 minutes and a few seconds. If you've got anything else you want to contribute or talk about, or it doesn't have to be about family court stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and get this up to 1 hour. Again, thanks to everybody who gave it the super chats. If you want to become a member, you can do that. There's different tiers, but I think the cheapest one's, is it $5 or $1? I don't remember. I think it's $5. $5 a month if you want to help the old man out. Jiminy Christmas, Michael. Dude, I wasn't, whoa, easy, man. I wasn't milking for more, but yeah, you were absolutely right about Icelandic bankers, man. A lot of them got jail time for their Yes, I love it. That is the land of the free. That is how a community takes care of a community. When the politicians get out of line, they go for the jugular and they dump them in the trash cans. But Michael Hrenson, I hope I'm saying your name right. Thanks again for the 1,500 Icelandic dollars. Courtney Chilcote, welcome to Notorious Dad 1. Courtney, thank you. That's awesome. With just less than a minute to spare, I got a new member, and it's Courtney. That's cool. Thank you very much. General Von Cook Sergeant, get him. I'm going to. Dirty Gamer. Is that code for telling me to go jump in the creek? Courtney Chilcote. I hate not knowing how to definitively pronounce somebody's name. Chilcote, 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 Chikorek. I'm just being silly now. I'm just reading names. Chilcote. All right, cool. Courtney Chilcote. Okay, I was making it way more complicated than it had to be. Sam X, hello, Dirty Gamer. Haha, I thought he would not see that. Dirty Gamer, you naughty little boy or girl, whichever you are. Nathan Jones says, hey, you sound like Ace Ventura on the yeah, what was it? Shiitake. I know what you're talking about, Becca. So, yeah, my name's Easy. Yes, it is. How has your day been, Sam X? It's pretty good. It's nice. I like it. Today was just a nice day. Finally, tomorrow, the next day. They've been saying this on the weather for 2 weeks now that a cold front's actually going to get here, and it ain't got here. But finally, they're like swearing to all the gods that it's actually going to finally freaking cool off here. Why did your mod time me out? LS Zypho. I don't know. I know it happens occasionally on accident, but maybe, okay, Becca's putting in there about parking the kids. Maybe, uh, I don't know. Maybe she's just being a little strict. Come on, Becca. Dang. Don't be such a poopy pants, Becca. Caleb, why I am suing the F. Okay, I want to see this. White Canard Starline. Why I am suing the FTC because I'm tired of YouTube disabling comments on videos featuring children and comments in children's shows. It's not right. I'm doing it to rid YouTube of this poison. Thank you. That okay. I'm with you now. I see. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's the argument I made with the YouTube rep when I finally got my comment section turned back on. Is the only kids in my videos are my own kids, and we're outside like Blaine's racing his race car and London was fishing or Parker wouldn't get out of my truck. I said, and most of them are all, half of them at least, are all grown anyways. So, but yeah, I see what you mean. I get it. People want to be careful with the child rape crap. I totally get that. But to just blanketly wipe out comment sections on something has absolutely nothing to do, because not everybody's bad. The few make the bad look bad. I know child sex trafficking is an awful thing. There has to be something done about it. It's kind of like me and cops. I generally don't like cops, and everybody knows that. But I also understand that there has to be some kind of protection, guarding. But not everybody is a bad person. Not everybody who's stickers out on their car deserves to be fined $150. Not everybody does 5 miles over the speed limit deserves to be a fine of $250 or whatever, or a strike you get. Not everybody is a bad person. So if you teach everybody, if you give somebody in power, whether it's YouTube in the comment section or a cop, if you teach them, here's your hammer and everything is a nail, what do you think is going to happen? So that's exactly what's going to happen. So, crud, I forgot your name already. White Cunard Starline. Thanks. Let me know how it goes. I'm interested. That takes some serious balls and some serious dinero to do something like that. I hope you're successful. Well, you put me in the timeout. I wasn't even going to ask again after you told me not to the first time. Malika Harbaran. All right, all's well. Becca, there's the apology. The everything's good, and everybody just stay cool, and Becca won't do that again. It's all, oh crap. I hate it when that happens. I read a comment and I stop it, and then I scroll and it goes, and they all just shoot up all at once. Yes, she's doing what was asked. That is correct. And Becca, thank you so much. Winchester X0801. I'm such a big fan. Hello, Crown King. Well, thank you. I'm not a king. I promise you that. I'm a pauper. I'm a peasant. I've just simply been in the gulags, and I made my way out, and here I am doing my absolute best to teach people how to survive the family court, teaching them that your camera is your best friend. And when you start and you see something you know you need to record, you get confident. You don't like shy away. Oh, they looked at me. Go away. Now look at them. Look at them. And then they look at you. Oh, go away. Don't do that, because that just literally destroying evidence. The evidence being whatever the dastardly thing that the asshole is doing to your child. Hold it steady. Even when they look at you, look them square in the eye when they look back at you. And that's what I'm trying to teach people to do more of, particularly at high conflict child drop off and pickup. Winchester 801, I showed everyone the video of your son. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm glad you did show him, but I've got lots of videos. I'm assuming you're talking about the Parker video, but there's so much more than that. As I've said many times, that is the tip of the proverbial iceberg. And thanks, but I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, Winchester, you got deleted there, but yeah, he's being polite, but you know, I don't know. It is what it is. There's certain things I just don't talk about that. If you're new here, just so you know, Courtney Chilcote, again, I just don't talk about that. I do appreciate the membership, but I don't talk about my kids. If it's not already out there, I just don't talk about it. Yeah, Becca, he was being nice. Dang, Becca, take a chill pill, girl. You just getting everybody pissed. No one's mad. No one's mad. And locked me out of the house, 106 degrees all day. Yuck. No food, no water. Dang. Caleb is the FTC corrupt or stupid? Federal Trade Commission? Or I think that's what you're talking about. FTC? Whoever oversees, I thought it'd be oh, my mind just went blank. FCC, Federal Communications Commission, that would regulate speech and that sort of thing. All right, kids, it really is. Okay, it's well past an hour. Big thanks to everybody for becoming members and super chats. I'm still new to this going live thing. So far, it seems to work best for me. I don't really care to get a big studio. I enjoy being in my t-shirts and sitting in my bed, just relaxed, and I don't like making it all formal. Generally, I just like to get some things off my chest. If I see a certain question that isn't about my kids being asked in comment sections, particularly on later videos, not any of the older ones, like the repeat stuff, I'll generally just go live, fill in the blanks, answer some questions, show the trolls all my love, and tell them what idiots they are, and continually prove them wrong. And then I like to go into the comments and talk to people. If I know in the beginning, if you're asking me questions, okay, I will address this. I love Japan 24 fake pandemic. Goddamn right. Not saying there's no diseases, because there's always been diseases. There always will be diseases. But until the year 2020, there's no such thing as the collective mind, the hive mind of the world saying, let's just shut everything down and make things infinitely worse. Bad idea. So Japan, whatever, let's see, I love Japan 24. I'm right there with you. Brandy Elrod, Caleb, you're a wonderful father. Thank you very much. Okay, not talking about how Parker is. So in case you're wondering why Miss Becca Womping Willage, your comment, that's just one of those questions just going to get you zapped. So I'm really going to let y'all go this time. So anyway, to finish what I was saying, when I start the lives, I'll address things that are on my mind or answer questions as best I can. And at the end, if y'all want to talk a little bit, and we can read a little bit and can answer questions. So anyway, bye. Thanks so much. Y'all been great. Y'all take care. Bye. Remember that your camera is your best friend.